Welcome to Jasper. I cannot believe what I've just woken up to outside my window this morning. I'm about to go down and get some breakfast and some coffee. I had about, I think it was an 11-hour trip total here yesterday from the time I left my house to the time I got here, so I am pretty tired. Thankfully, Jasper is 2 hours behind my time. It is March, so it's gonna be really cold out there. This is not gonna be a walk in the park vacation. There may be some suffering involved. I'm not sure yet. I'm here to see the mountains. I'm here to see the snow. I'm snow chasing. This is the current view outside my window. This is the lake. I know you can skate on it. I'm not sure if you can skate on it now. To me, it's looking a little bit too thin. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. If you don't know, you probably know because I talk about it all the time. But one of my favorite books, Ice Fields by Thomas Watson, and Ice Fields is set in Jasper and the surrounding area. I'm gonna go see the glacier. That is kind of like the glacier in Ice Fields. And I brought Ice Fields with me, and I brought the necklace that I designed based a little bit on Ice Fields, inspired by obviously the ice and the mountains and the snow and the glacier. I'm in my element. Today's plan, I just want to get out there. There's some beautiful trails around the hotel. Would love to see a bear from a distance. It is right on that cutoff right now between when maybe they're starting to wake up or maybe they still have a couple more weeks to sleep. The black bears, the grizzly bears. Let's get some breakfast. Day one in Jasper. Okay, so this is my first time seeing elk. Pretty dangerous in spring and fall, but right now in the winter, they're very chill. Although it's definitely advised not to get close to them. I was doing some reading on elk because why not? But they used to be all over Canada. There used to be tons in my province of Ontario, which I didn't know. But then when the Europeans arrived in Canada, they hunted them so much and also destroyed so much of their habitat that their numbers went so down. Thankfully, around 1920, a bunch of elk were brought to our Rocky Mountains in Banff and Jasper from Yellowstone National Park, actually. Now in Canada, we have about 72,000 elk, and most of those are in British Columbia. I am starting the valley on the 5 Lakes Trail. I think I might be overdressed, but I got very cold this morning. So I have like 4 upper layers on, 2 pairs of pants,
2 pairs of socks. And I'm kind of already warm. This was a mistake. It's supposed to be snowy, okay? In my defense, it is supposed to be snowy, so this is kind of a tragedy.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. On my own. I have learned that no one else can carry this load. It's a train where I'm the only passenger on board. Oh, there is beauty to enjoy on this road, but even so, I still feel that I'm alone. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Leave me stranded, I know how to handle it all on my own. I'm alone, I'm alone.
Good morning. It is day 2 in Jasper, and today I'm heading out, I think, to the glacier that is in Icefields. Yes, I brought the book with me. There's a glacier in Icefields, which is one of my favorite books, called Arkshire's Glacier. Arkshire's Glacier does not exist. It is an invention of Thomas Wharton. But I have looked at the maps, and Arkshire's Glacier, it seems, is really Athabasca Glacier, which does exist. Okay, that was kind of a lot. In the summer, you can actually go onto the glacier, which I'm not going to be doing today. Number one, because it's not safe. But what you can do is walk to the toe of the glacier, or the terminus, or the tongue. I am so incredibly excited to see this. Icefields. I bought this book in Alberta. I bought this book in Banff, and now I'm here in Jasper with it, and it's been amazing. I got to write a thesis on Icefields. Just living my dream today. Honestly, really living the dream today. Sadly, there really isn't that much snow here. Like, yes, obviously doing the hikes up to different mountaintops, they're impassable because of the snow, but down in the valley, looks so white now. I really gotta rub this in. It'd still be a ton of snow, but there's not. If you haven't read this book, do. And I also bought this beautiful bookmark yesterday in town, which is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So hi guys, I am driving in the Rocky Mountains. I'm driving. Me. That is crazy. I can drive, I guess. I'm doing it right now. I think first we're gonna do the toe of the glacier walk, which I think the road there is closed, so we're gonna park somewhere off of the road, I guess, and then walk the road, walk to the glacier. Didn't bring any snowshoes because I'm really feeling like snowshoes are not necessary right now. Like I said, there's really not that much snow, which I'm a little sad about, but it is gonna make hiking easier, I guess. I'm driving on the Icefields Parkway, which is probably one of the coolest roads maybe ever in the world. I'm also going way under the speed limit. That's my bad. The Icefield. I thought it would be an ordinary neve feeding a single glacier, but it's huge. Stretches for miles, greater than any sea of ice in the Alps, breathtaking. The last great remnant of the ice sheet that once covered this continent. In his book, Glaciers, geographer Peter G. Knight describes glaciers as accumulating slowly to a huge size as they integrate time as mass, building up ledger of century upon century of snowfall. These huge structures of ice are time capsules, which hold living remnants of history and which, as they melt, release traces of the past which can be read, interpreted, and analyzed. The glacier is therefore a form of narrative. The human mind, as this paper will suggest, am I just reading you my thesis at this point? I 100% am. Works very much like a glacier when it comes to memory, nostalgia, and repetition.
I made it to Athabasca Glacier. And I'm standing on a moraine.
What effect does a glacier, as indicative of nostalgia or a return of the past, have on us? The massive structure of ice influences each of my 4 characters of study in Icefield to confront their own relationships with nostalgia by inspiring them to narrate itself a nostalgic act. The result of their encounters with the glacier and of their subsequent confrontation with narrative and nostalgia is a realization that the glacier is a form of narrative, that narrative is a form of nostalgia, and that neither the glacier nor narrative can ever provide a true return to the past. Wharton writes, "Words can only be a transcription of an elusive, endlessly recurring moment of first contact."
Made it up, and the glacier is here. Are you seeing it? Athabasca Glacier. Oh my god. And the top Columbia ice field, which I read feeds, I think, 50 outlet glaciers. Yeah, in the summer they have like a big shuttle that actually drives up the glacier to the ice field, but that is so closed right now, so, and obviously there's no one else here. This is as close as I can get. I don't know if that is an ice cave. I would really like to go see it if it is, but I can't. It's too dangerous. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't know if you can hear that.
Good morning, guys. It is day 3 here. I think day 3, full day 3. I'm really tired. Just woke up a lot earlier than usual this morning because I want to go and see if I can spot some moose. This morning is the goal. So I'm up a little bit earlier and I'm about to leave pretty soon. After fingers crossed, the moose sighting. I'm gonna come back, have some coffee and breakfast. But can I just say yesterday was probably one of the best days I've ever lived in my life. I'm so grateful for yesterday. Just incredible. You guys know my love for glaciers. You guys know my love for ice, snow, winter glaciers. And just being able to see that one, especially the one like from ice fields or whatever, but really just seriously breathtaking. Like no words, just fully sublime. It was incredible. The trek from the parking lot to the glacier was probably about like an hour. I can't believe it at all. So this is the fit for today. It kind of looks like Lake Louise on there, honestly, a little bit, but the sweater, and then I of course have my necklace. It's supposed to be a little star trapped in ice. Driving the Icefields Parkway is an absolute dream, and yesterday I went as far as Banff. Actually, the park crossed over. Jasper Park crosses over into Banff National Park, and yeah, so that was really cool. But this is also an opportune time to sadly tell you that my necklace is last chance on the Ana Luisa website. If you don't know, this necklace I designed with them it's been like over a year ago now, but I got to go through the whole design process with them. I have a video on it. I just want to thank you guys so much for all of the support and love you showed for the Emma necklace. Thank you so much. I'm here to let you know if you've ever been eyeing it up, if you've ever been looking at it, it is now discounted, and it is also now final sale. If this is your first time seeing it and also your last time seeing it, I guess it is a star, a gold star encased in a glass dome. I'm just obsessed with things trapped in ice. I'm living my like trapped in ice dream here right now because everything is frozen. The lake is frozen, the waterfalls are frozen, the mountains are frozen, and it's been amazing. But that's kind of what I wanted to get across with this necklace, was this idea of something preserved in ice, and also the juxtaposition of fire and ice, a star encased in snow, ice, whatever you want to call it. So it's gold plated glass, and I've been wearing it almost every day for honestly a year now. This is my final sales pitch to you because it will soon be off of the website, so I will leave a link down below. Thank you so much to all of you guys who supported me with this one. I'm so glad I got to bring the necklace, the book, everything to this place, and I just wish I could live in the mountains. I just wish I could live in the mountains. I'm very dumb. I forgot my gloves. I forgot my gloves in the car. Also, these people have like poles and snowshoes. I did not rent those, so we're gonna give it a go. Good morning again. I just woke up. I feel so well rested. I can't tell you how well, I don't know. It's just different. It's just a good day. I feel like Emma, you know, I feel like myself. I feel like I haven't felt this way in a while, but you just put me in the middle of some trees and she comes back, you know, she comes right on back. But it makes me a little sad because today is my last full day here in Jasper. Flight leaves tomorrow night, so yeah, just trying to prepare myself to go back to the city because you guys know it's not really an easy place for me to live. I don't feel like myself there, so I'm just really trying to, I don't know, I just feel like I truly love the person that I am here when I'm around just so much nature, and it's so chill here, and there's no skyscrapers, and there's not millions of people. I just feel so well rested, I feel so alive, I feel so energized, and I feel so just like content and at peace, and it's very, it's just good. Today, I'm not sure what the plan is yet. I'm currently watching two magpies build things. They're in there, and they've entered the industrial area. Yesterday, you saw an attempt to climb Mount Whistler, which I think I might just go back up there today, honestly, because the views are incredible. There is a pretty sizable trail you can do. It's not really advised to do it right now because it is quite windy, snowy, a little bit treacherous, but with the right equipment, I think that I could go further because I did not get to the top of Whistler yesterday. I had to turn around. I just didn't have, like, I just need ice cleats or crampons, and honestly some poles would be ideal as well. So I think I might go into town to rent those, and then basically what you have to do is take the Sky Tram, is it the Sky Tram or Sky Train? I don't know, which is about a 9-minute journey, so it's pretty high up there. I think the top of Mount Whistler is only 2.5 kilometers high, which is still pretty high, and then it's another 200 meters upwards to the peak, I think, and then there's a trail up there. That was my dream, doing something like that, just getting buffeted by the wind, and there's so much snow, and it wasn't that cold, honestly, it wasn't that cold. So I think the plan might be to tackle the mountain today, fully ascend the mountain. Climb your mountains, people. And let me just tell you my reading updates. I did bring Icefields with me, but that's not the book that I've been reading. I also brought The Sorrow of Angels by Jan Calvin Stephenson. This is the sequel to Heaven and Hell. This is an Icelandic trilogy, and I got the second book for Christmas, and I just really enjoy his writing. I seem to read his books, I guess, on trips. I read Heaven and Hell in Iceland, and I brought The Sorrow of Angels to Jasper, so it just feels very comforting. It feels so nice, and on top of that, The Sorrow of Angels is meant to be snow. Oh, do you hear the magpies? Because snow is said to be the tears of angels, so it's about the sorrow of angels. Basically, this is about weather in Iceland and how treacherous it is and how much it can take away from the people who live there, because this is also historical fiction set, I think, in the early 1900s. It is a hard time. Like, this is not set in the city, it's not set in Reykjavik, it's very much set around the very, very, very treacherous, difficult places to live in Iceland, and just people straight up dying of the cold is a lot of this book. So a lot of this is about grief. The first book, Heaven and Hell, follows this young boy. He's never named. He's just called the boy, and he works on a fishing crew going out to fish cod, which is an extremely dangerous job, and when he's out there, his friend perishes, and he is plunged into grief. However, what I want to say, Heaven and Hell and the trilogy in general, I want to say that it's more just about language. Like, it's just so much about language, because while the boy does work on a fishing little boat, he is just enamored with poetry, and that's what his friend really introduced him to. The first book talks a lot about Paradise Lost, which they're both obsessed with, and this one kind of continues his education into poetry and language and prose and writing. So much of this is about literally just words and studying words, and it's beautiful. His writing style is just so interesting. It's one long breath, it's one long exhale. I use quotation marks when people talk. It's just I don't know, every page almost looks the same, so sometimes it can be a little exhausting to get through because it kind of just looks like words. I will say in The Sorrow of Angels, I'm getting a little tired of it. I think some parts of it are getting a little bit too trite, which also plays into who the narrator of the story is, which I'm not going to say because I think that kind of spoils some stuff. He's looked up the words that he didn't understand in the first sentences. Feels a bit like a magician, albeit a failed one, with a broken wand, yet senses the magic and forgets Friedrich, forgets everything really. He's going to visit a distant world, distant thought, distant experience, and sow seeds in the Icelandic language, perhaps grow plants and trees bearing new colors, different scents. He looks through the words and everything becomes new. It's probably they, first and foremost, that change the world. To journey into the unknown, the incomprehensible, and return with a bundle of words that are all at once firewood, flowers, and knives. Silence over everything. There's only the snow that falls and the words that hold something mysterious, a message to the world. I did buy a book in town the other day, so I will show you that too. It's a book that I have had on my wish list for a while, so when I saw it, I was like, okay, you're coming home with me. Found Echo Loba by Sonia Swift of Wisdom, Wolves, and Women. This one is a very recent release. Look at how beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, but this whole thing is very unique. I think it's also just gorgeous, but it's a story about the metaphor of the wolf and how this is echoed in the lives and minds of people. It combines essay, poetry, prose, different things, and loba, which means she-wolf. Wolf as a scapegoat, villain, outcast, blamed for human violence. Wolf as warrior, guide, mother to stray or orphan children, as well as her own pups. Examines the language too, which I'm really excited for, but this just looks incredibly unique, incredibly cool. I flicked through here and I'm very, 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 very excited to read it. Look at this. Just have different chapters. Like this one is about the last wolves in England, for example. So that is the book that I got, and then yeah, I'm gonna try to finish up this one. So anyway, I think it is time for coffee. It's time to wake up. It's time to get the night out of my voice and wake up and get the day started. Last day in Jasper.
Guess who's back again on top of the mountain is me. I just threw my coat in that rock because I got way too warm. Way too warm. Mistake. You get very hot. Very, very hot climbing. I can't do it. And I don't think anyone's gonna steal it. So, got the snowshoes. I wanna make it to the top, then a little along the trail. So it looks like today, a little bit cloudier. I am feeling pretty nauseous. I just get a little lightheaded up here. I think the air is obviously a little thinner, and I'm not used to that. So I start to feel a little sick, but what can you do? It's worth it. I shouldn't have done that. The void was calling. I am so much further now than I was yesterday. Really nauseous. It's starting to snow now up here. I'm so glad I came back in.